My name is Nimi Akinkugbe. I'm the CEO of Bestman Games Limited, which is an African distributor of customized editions of Monopoly. So we create Monopoly board games for 48 African countries. My personal finance journey, I think, began from my childhood. My parents were conscious that we learnt about money matters from an early age. So we started off by having pocket money allowances. We were encouraged to work during the holidays. We had internships, and those sorts of examples from early childhood make you understand the value of money quite early. They were also very frugal, very disciplined and hardworking, and those lessons from my childhood impacted on my life. But I think probably the most important lessons came from my time as a banker. I spent 23 years as a banker, mostly in private wealth management. And there I saw different people from all different walks of life, some very wealthy, some not so wealthy. And I saw what people did with their money. Some lost a lot of money, some did very well through discipline and hard work. And those lessons impacted me, but most of all I found that many people had no idea how to deal with their personal finances, particularly women. And then in the school curriculum, they don't teach you anything about money matters. So students get into debt quite early and have very great difficulty getting out of it. So I found that there was a lot one could do to help people regarding their finances. And for the last 15 years, I've been writing articles, I've had columns in papers and so on, and that has helped people get into debt without realizing how quickly they can get into a very difficult situation, and then they find it difficult to get out of debt. So those are really, really difficult problems. But of course, if you don't understand the basic concepts about financial literacy, then you make those mistakes. But once you understand what you're doing, then it's not so difficult. Also, people don't have goals. A lot of people don't plan their life carefully and have goals at certain times of their life. If you go through life without a plan, you know what it's like. You're bound to fail. So that's a major problem as well. The Monopoly board game is probably the world's most famous personal finance game. When you're playing the game and when you're going around the board, you're buying real estate, you're investing in property, you go around, collect your salary, you might go to jail if you do the wrong thing. You're also learning how to save, how to invest, you learn about frugality, you learn about holding back, not trying to buy the most expensive property immediately. It teaches you so many real life lessons. It's a really fantastic game, and I hope you get to play it sometime. High point of my career. As a banker, I found it was very, very gratifying when I found some of my clients felt they could go to bed at night and sleep and not have to worry about their finances, knowing that somebody was watching their back and knowing that they wouldn't have to worry about their children's education because we were managing their money properly. That was wonderful. Also, when people have read my articles or attended some of the seminars and come to me to tell me that it's impacted their lives in a positive way, I just love that. But of course, launching the first ever African City Monopoly edition was a real high point in my new career as an entrepreneur. My latest project has been the A to Z of personal finance. I've been doing this for quite a while, and it's really a compilation of many articles that I've written over the years. But the terms, the words are all simplified. So it's literally an A to Z. So if you look, you don't have to read it all at once. You can just pick, okay, insurance, I for insurance, and read about insurance and understand insurance. And I break it down into sort of bite-sized pieces so people can learn and understand in a simplified way. A is for asset management. My advice to anyone who's trying to move from a corporate environment to entrepreneurship, it's basically making sure you understand what your strengths are, understand your passion, what are you good at. I think what you are good at is what you will be best at as an entrepreneur. So I find if you've got these skills, talents, gifts, and you focus on those things, develop them, nurture them, invest in them, I think that will hold you in good stead in whatever you're doing. So many times what I'm doing doesn't feel like work because I love what I do. I think that's the biggest lesson that I would want to pass on, that, you know, don't do something that someone else is doing because they are successful at it. What is it that you are good at? What skills? I believe every single one of us has a God-given talent. Find out what that is, and that's where your path should be drawn towards.
The ER Report's Changemakers is powered by Heritage Bank.